Aloha Amazon Live viewers, thank you for waiting. I had a little delay this morning finding the remote. Nice TV, but you can't operate it without the remote. Got it on Amazon, I really like it. Anyway, welcome to my show live from Maui in Hawaii. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful day today. I hope it is where you are as well. Welcome to my show, Shoe Time with Teri. This is going to be a really super packed show today, and I'm excited to have you here. This is my hot mess of shoe repair this week. And I'm going to be going over some really great things, the glues, the polishes. I can see from Amazon in my monthly reporting that you guys are buying all kinds of stuff from my Amazon shopping cart. Thank you. I earn a small commission, so I totally appreciate it. In case you're watching this on the YouTube live or YouTube replay, you can find all of these supplies on my Amazon shopping cart. I use them every day in my business, and I do thousands of projects a year. So let's get started. All right, so it is the holidays. The best way to find me, if you are watching on the replay or if you're on Amazon, you want to check out my more about me, TeriEdmonds.com. You go to the front page, you can select on any of the shop Amazon. It'll take you right to my Amazon shopping cart. And we're just gonna skip that. Okay, fun stuff. Oh my gosh, okay. It is the holidays and gift giving ideas. I tell you, there are some people that are really hard to shop for, but there are really great things that maybe you didn't think of that would do some great tricks for you. So for me, I happen to have this really fun little tape dispenser. My logo for my store, if the shoe fits in Maui, are two red high heels. And so this is my tape dispenser. And I also have this swing line. I'm showing it in the Amazon carousel in the black, but I actually got it in the red and the black. The red's for my store. I have the black for my office at home, and so I love them. They're really durable. I actually have an office selection on the Amazon shopping cart where I got the replacement staples and a bunch of other office supplies that I really like. Got this great pencil sharpener that I just love. So anyway, I'm not just all about shoes. Well, kinda. All right, and then another one that is just too fun is my shoe phone. Okay, now granted, this phone has to hook to a landline, but I love it. It's super fun, and I actually use it in the store. It does have multi-channels, so you can just switch this button here, and it'll take you to the next line in case you have somebody ringing through. It's got a really mellow ringtone to it, and you can turn the ringer on and off. So this comes in other colors. I think they had a hot pink, but I got it in the gold. I really love it. It was less than $30, and it is available. So they'd have it shipped to you pretty quickly. So really fun, and I felt like it was packaged well. It's worked really well. Anyway, fun, even if it's a stocking stuffer, you know. People always like it when I use it at the store. All right, so now there are a lot of people that do shoe stretching. I see it. You guys are always buying shoe stretchers from me. And I've had a couple of questions. Somebody wrote in and asked about a suede shoe. She happened to be a size 13, a women's 13, and that is kind of tricky. But essentially, you can convert a shoe stretcher, and this is what she wanted it longer, okay? And the shoe stretcher that I picked out for you guys, hold on, the Kevin Anna. A lot of you buy this shoe stretcher, and I really like it. This one has the length and the width on it. So for her, if you can't find a shoe stretcher for a gal above a size 11, all you have to do is convert to the men's. It's only 2 size difference. So she would buy a men's 11, and that'll do the trick. I mean, really, you could go up pretty large. I think my shoe stretchers that I carry in the store go up to size 17. And she asked if she could stretch a suede. Absolutely, suede is leather, and leather stretches really nicely. If you wanted to add water to it because I do a water treatment quite often. If I'm not getting enough and I really need to get that stretched, I would put the shoe stretcher. Here's one of my nice old ones from when I bought the business. This one's perfect. All right. So, done a lot of shoe stretching videos, but this one you tighten it up. Let's say we're gonna open it up. And that squeaking, someone told me it's because they need to be greased. So if yours are doing that. All right, let's say this wasn't enough stretch. I would go ahead and put some wet towels on the outside, stretch it more, and then I would take the towels off and let it dry like that. It is amazing. That really works so well. So if you're having trouble, just do that. If you end up getting a water stain, I always recommend wet the whole shoe at once. And that's where you get that water stain from. It's just, anyway, easy trick. And I'd sell a lot of those shoe stretchers. So thanks you guys. You're super awesome. I did put the link for this shoe stretcher is for the woman's, and it would fit a size 13. So that's why it's included in the shopping carousel down below. All right, moving on. Okay, I have promoted this fantastic workbench kit. It is, there are quite a few out there. They're lovely. They come with all kinds of tools. And again, I'm showing you for shoe repair, but it makes a fantastic gift. I think it's less than $100 or around thereabouts. Prices always change, but it has so many great tools. So I'm putting this here because I want to show you how I use them in my everyday business. They come with the cutting mat, which is what I have here on my table. I do use a lot of things like glues and dyes, and if I don't have my cutting mat down, it just stains up the surface. It's really hard to keep control of the stains. So that's why I'm showing you this mat. I love it. You can do the rotary wheel. They have a rotary wheel, hole punches, leather crafting, stamping tools. I mean, really a basic kit. You could do so much with this kit. I love it. It makes a great gift, and it's like 100 gifts in one gift, right? So somebody would have a really fun time opening it. I got a workshop kit from Tandy Leather as one of the videos I made. They sent it to me, and it was like Christmas, and it was July. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. So you can't go wrong there. And they've had it marked down $50, so take a look. All right. Hole punches. This is fantastic. One of my favorite rotary hole punches. And I use it a lot. I'm actually I do a sewing night with my girlfriends on Tuesday nights. We have a little bitch and stitch is what we call it. And I'm making some little baby moccasins. And I like to punch the holes using the rotary hole punch. I also did a video, a moccasin masterclass, and I use the rotary hole punch here, which is one of my favorites. Because I was doing so many sets of these, I went ahead and used the actual, let's see if I've got it here. And this comes in this rotary kit, or this master toolkit. My mallet, and then a hole punch. And it also comes with a punching board. So something like this, I just got the right size hole punch. They come in a bunch of sizes, and I believe, it's hard to go back here, but they have a lot of these. I think a whole run of sizes included. And just boom, a good whack with your mallet, and it really saves the wrists. I use my wrists a lot, and so I didn't want to do that with that rotary hole punch, but this is probably my favorite. My favorite for hand stitching. Great stuff. All right. This is, I included a set if you just want to refresh your hole punches, which I do. I'm at that point now. I do a lot of belt repair, and I put in hole punches for everybody, and even though I do charge a couple of bucks for it, it helps replace my tools. So I'm gonna buy one of these, and they're nice. They're very affordable. I mean, $60 for a really nice set. Way to go. All right, this is a client reached out to me. Her name is Lorna, and she had her dog bit her shoe. Those of you that follow, you know that I get a lot of dog chews. And so I told her how I would treat this. And it's funny because I do a lot of this kind of patching. For instance, this gal, she has these Uggs that she's had for a very long time. She's about to go traveling in them. This is the original brown suede that came on it. Everything else on here, except for this suede here, everything else was beige. She had worn a hole through this toe, and she had a rip on this side here. So I got a nice, I have some really beautiful assortments of suede skins, and they're, anyway, worked out perfect. Look at that. She wanted me to kind of blend it in as much as possible and make it look intentional. So I did both pairs to make them look like they were made to be like that. And so that what was nice about that is, that's what I'm suggesting to Lorna, is getting a thin leather and a black. I like this lambskin. It's really thin and it's very pliable. I had a pretty easy time trying to get over this nose here on the boot. I did stitch it to it so that it would really hold, but in a place like this, I did not stitch it, and you don't have to as long as you've got the good glue and the right leather. It looks like our neighbors are also doing something, so don't mind the ambient noise. All right. I also did, we're going to continue with the leather patching. So this was one of these little moccasins that this gal had made for her. Like, I think she got these in India. And she had worn holes through the bottoms because it's just this thin leather. This is about a 2-ounce deer tanned cowhide is what it looks like to me. So I wanted to continue. She wanted me to resole them in leather, and I wanted to maintain that same feeling that she gets when she walks in them. Very light, almost like that whole barefoot concept, you know. She doesn't want rubber because it's part of that earth, you know, the grounding. So I just cut a nice piece of this. I happened to have this color that matched pretty closely. Again, about a 2-ounce, and just glued it on there. Typically, let's keep going with patching because that's where we are here. So what I would say is to cut a patch from about here all the way over. You could trim it off afterwards with just some scissors, and you're going to glue it on with my wonderful Masters cement. I love this stuff. It is in the drop down list. And glue it on, wait till it cures. Then you can take your hole punch and you, that's my lip liner. It looks like that. You can take your hole punch, re-punch the holes, and honestly, that should do the trick for you. It is that easy. You don't even have to skive it because this lambskin is so thin. I didn't have to skive any of these really, but I will show you an instance where I did. So I happened to get another pair of Uggs in for repair. The buckle that was, button that was here was pulling so much tension. It's a flop down, you know, roll down. And it was pulling and making a hole. And so I cut, this is a deer tanned cowhide, and I just, pretty simple, I left the rough out facing out so it kind of jived. I didn't have this exact color. But when I do that, I usually do both sides so that they always look like they were kind of meant to be like that. And I offered that to her as well, but it was a good thing because it was starting to create that tear as well. So no skiving, I did the glue, some deer tan cowhide, and some sewing. So, and even if you don't have a nice stitcher, you know, mine's a commercial grade, you don't have to stitch it on. This stuff sticks really, really well. So you could easily do a patch at home. Okay, and the next one. So that toolkit that I was talking about comes with a nice skiving knife. So you can change out these blades here very carefully. I'm very careful when I do it. And I like to have a nice marble or, you know, some kind of a good stone skiving board so that when I go to do the skive, it doesn't catch. Like, I can't do it on wood. I can't do it on plastic. It cuts right into the rubber and the wood. So in this instance, let's keep going here. I'm going to move this out of the way. All right, so this guy had this fantastic belt. It doesn't look like, okay, what's special about it is this entire thing is horsehair. Somebody chose the colors of horsehair, wove it, and made this incredible belt. It is so strong. And now that I think about it, even our brushes, our beautiful shoe shine brushes, these are horsehair. So they hold up for I've had my brushes for so long. You can clean them every once in a while. You know, they're hot wax. So I dedicate it for the color. I don't have to clean it all the time because my black is for the black. Anyway, this guy's belt was super old, and it was breaking in where the belt holes are. So I took my nice veg tan leather. I laid the pattern down. Once I cut off the old part, I laid this down onto my leather, okay? Then I glued it with my Master's contact cement, okay? This stuff is the bomb, I'm telling you. It's so great. And it's got a brush in the lid. I offered it 16 here in the store. So anyway, when I was done, I just went ahead and cut with my gorgeous scissors that I love so very much. There's my Master Cement. These are the scissors. These are these Craftsman or Craft Tool scissors. They're like $25. I use them. I've used them for years. I've had these for so long, and they're really great. And that's what I used to cut out the pattern here. Okay. Then I went into my, we'll skip the shoe glue, dyeing. And I took my Angelus leather, which is in my Amazon shopping cart, and I got it in the dark brown, and it comes with a dauber, and I went ahead and dyed this dark brown. Look how pretty. It's so nice. And then I stitched it afterward because I really wanted it to hold. You can do a hand punch and then hand stitch if you don't have a big machine like mine. The Janome 3000, which is in my Amazon shopping cart, will go through this thickness. So if you're looking for a sewing machine that's fantastic that you can use at home, that would be what I'd recommend. So really, really great. So that's kind of fun, huh? I mean, look at all the different things. Shoe repair is not just about shoes. All right, so let's talk about shoe glue. I am always talking about my Master Cement, okay? Master Cement is a contact cement, and it's a flexible cement. It is made for the shoe industry so that it can be, it's flexible. It moves, it bends, that belt, it bends, it gives a nice thin surface, so it's really easy to get a tight fit. And I just want to check my messages from you guys. I love seeing you. Okay. Hey, thanks for following me, Diamond. And there is no shoe glue, hun. There is no shoe glue. Well, I'm not sure really what you mean by that message, because there is shoe glue, and that's this. Now, shoe goo. People get shoe goo confused. So I'm here to set the record straight, okay? I did include it in the Amazon carousel because I want you to see how I use, this is the only thing that I use shoe goo for, okay? I have this great boot from Danner. Customer bought it from me, and he has put it through the works, and now the seam had come undone. And part of it, I think, was because he said he was using Vaseline to moisturize the boot. So the grease kind of broke open that seam. So I take my shoe goo and I treat it. I always make sure the customer is okay with how it looks, because it doesn't look fancy once you've done this. But what it does is it's like tub caulking. And you put a seam right around the edge of the boot. I'll just do a little bit. And it keeps the dirt from getting in between the sole, which is what pulls away the sole. So it's just like this, and like I said, it does not look fancy, but this guy doesn't care. He just wants to keep it more waterproof. And I'm just going to keep on going. And over time, if you are wearing these in the dirt and the water, this shoe goo will end up peeling off after a while. So just buy the tube, have it available. And Mom, if you're watching, hi, I love you. You're awesome. I just celebrated my birthday and I have the best mom in the world. She's amazing. Okay, see, it doesn't look fancy, but it will smooth out as it dries. And anyway, really great, easy trick. Okay, I recommend that definitely. All right. Now, my basics. So I did a bunch of shoes this week that needed to be cleaned. So I love my cleaners. As you know, Easy Suede Cleaner. It says suede, but it's made for everything. Shake it up. Use a little Tupperware dish with your nylon brush. Dip it in and clean the shoe. Right? It's so easy. If you're doing, I say do the whole thing so you don't leave a watermark, okay? But this cleaner is really great because this week I thought I brought it over. I had a client who is a wedding minister, and he is always on the beaches here in Maui doing weddings, and so he had salt on his shoes, you know, that salt mark. And so I thought, how appropriate, because you guys on the mainland, you're coming into winter, there's going to be salt on the sidewalks. This stuff is the best. I swear by it. You cannot go wrong. You won't ruin anything with it. If you're concerned about it, do a little test swatch somewhere on your item. Bags, canvas, leather, suede, and it really does lift the dirt off of the shoe. It also helps lift mold, okay? So I love that. Then, if I were you, I would recommend really being sure to treat your items with some good products, right? So, for instance, I would say I did this for this gentleman. He's an entertainer and he's leaving for a trip. So I did a full leather resole. Okay, he's got a new leather half sole and he's got a new heel. And I went ahead and I cleaned it, of course, and then I conditioned it with my absolutely favorite conditioner. Okay, that's the next one. Woohoo! Love this stuff. This cannot go on suede, so do read the directions on that, but I conditioned it. Then I did a Money's Worth's Best cream shoe polish, which puts the moisture and a little bit of color into the shoe, but it fills the cracks, which is really important. Then I did a wax. The wax finish is really great. I actually don't take off the cream polish before I put the wax on. I like to have that wax just kind of seal that product right into the leather for longevity. So, and I didn't even undo the laces. It's pretty easy. It's just a quick wax, you know. Then I take and I applied the wax with this horsehair dauber, it's what they call it. And then I did my buffing with the taco horsehair brush. And honestly, okay, that was the other idea for Christmas gifts or holiday gifts. A little care package like this is really great for a guy that has everything. I mean, it's really hard to think of something new. Well, you get a nice brush set, you get a nice set of waxes and polishes. And honestly, if it were me, I would have the black designated for the black, and I would do the beiges for the browns, you know, but designate your brushes per color, especially if you are polishing a lot. So, all right, that's really great. And let's move on. Black shoe polish, I've offered those. Here we go, another selection of the light, you know, a little variety pack there for you. And the polish, and here we go to the paints. All right, Angelus, I love Angelus, and I'm so excited because I just got my order, my shoe repair vendor order, and I got so many great paint colors. Oh my gosh. These little moccasins that I'm making, I am actually going to paint them because I can't stand it. I need an excuse to use these really cool paint colors by Angelus. So they have, you know, this is just an example. Here I've got the turquoise. It's a 1 ounce acrylic leather paint I use leather paint a lot. It's really great for finishing off strap edges if you've had to cut them. It's great for things like, for instance, this boot. This was wrapped in leather, but a dog got to it. And so I had to take off the leather, and this was exactly the color of the leather. So I got my Angelus, I used the Capizio tan, and my fantastic brushes that you guys know I love. And just, this is my second coat of paint on that. So it looks nice and it'll be perfect. I sanded it so it was nice and smooth. I tried to get rid of some of the dog chew marks. Oh man, dogs keep me in business. Okay, so the leathers. This, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm going to show you this little flower here. This has what they call glitterite on it. I first used the Angelus in an orange color, and then I took the glitter lights, and this is the glitter light. So it's really subtle. It has a very clear finish, but the metallic is really small and petite and just sparkly, right? It's not rough. It doesn't stick out like metallic can. So these glitter lights come in all of these colors. Oh my gosh, I ordered all of them. I'm gonna use them. They're so affordable. And I mean, even the 4-ounce kit here that we're seeing from Angelus, they're offering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a dozen for $60. Super easy, and they offer so many colors. Like Angelus has their edition colors. They have their acrylic, the neon colors. I have a couple of those, which I've actually used. Then they have their collector editions, which are really fun. So if you are, I get a lot of people that like to paint their Nikes, and that's really a big thing right now. Or even canvas top shoes, the paints. And the Angelus is made for these projects because it's flexible, bendable. It's meant to be used on leather. All right. Paintbrushes, I love them. They're in my shopping cart. I offer them in the blue and the pink. So I go through them a lot. So I'm glad that they're so affordable. I also offer them in the store. All right, that's it. That is it for my shoe repair, you guys. So if you're done with me because you're done with the shoes, venture on. But the rest of my life is not all about shoes, and I have had people on my Amazon shopping cart buying the beauty products, the Mary Kay, and the hair products. So today I have got the Mary Kay Blush with Greatness look on, and the only thing that I did different from their whoops, hold on, I've got it here, let me grab it, hold on. Oh, maybe I didn't bring it. It doesn't matter. This is the look. So I just did a little bit of extra dark brown in the crease because I am on the show. So I wanted that to carry forward. But I am using the lip liner in the deep nude. But I have all of the lip liner colors. And I'm also using the, hold on. Okay. I'm not sure here if I brought it out, but it's the Ballerina Pink. That's the lip gloss that I'm using. And I have started my own fun Mary Kay palette. It's so fun. So today we're using, these are all magnetized. This is a magnet. So in the Mary Kay Blush with Greatness, we're using this beautiful pink. We're also using this rose gold. And then I did put a little touch of the crystalline, which I love that color. If you don't have it yet, you should have it. A little bit here and a little bit on the top. I've got really big hooded eyes, so I don't like to put a lot of crystal up here. And because I'm aging, I'm 53, so I'm seeing the wrinkles. I don't like to highlight those with the crystallized, so I like to use a matte. I'm actually, the deep crease, I used espresso. And so it's really nice. I think it's good for a blonde like me. And then I did use some of the highlighters, just a little bit here. And then I used our contouring, a little bit here, Love it. I love my Mary Kay, and I love my Mary Kay representative, even though you can buy most everything on Amazon, which is really great because they're so quick to ship. I like having a consultant because she brings me the lookbooks. She's really, treats me right. So I like that. My hair. Today, I actually did the Olaplex. So I have frizzy, curly hair, really, and I do color it pretty regularly. So one of the tricks that I learned, if you are struggling with the frizz, is that it is really, I love the oil, the Olaplex oil. You put a couple of drops, rub it in. I put it on my hair when it's wet. I brush it through. Oh yeah, wait, let's get here, the Olaplex. And I use this wet hairbrush. It's meant just for that. So I'll brush it through. Then I'll blow dry my hair. And the big trick that I learned from Brad Mondo, if you haven't seen him on YouTube, he rocks, is to get the frizz out, is you really need to start from the top, and you need to blow dry your hair both ways. You want to give that hair follicle a chance to lie flat. And if you're only doing it one way, it tends to lift that follicle. So it's really important to dry both ways. Then I go ahead and take the oil and I put more on the hair because then I go to use my hot wand, my ceramic wand, and it helps protect the hair. Then when that's all through, I go ahead and take a little bit more of the oil and I just run it through the curls like that. And this hair will last a couple of days. I like the Olaplex. It doesn't suds very much, and there are a lot of YouTube videos on Olaplex if you're wondering about it. I am experimenting with a couple of different products right now. So today is the Olaplex, and we see how it looks. We can compare next week depending on what I do next week. All right, the Mary Kay. One thing I want to say, I've noticed the gals are buying the skincare line, and I love the skincare line. If there was anything I bought from them, it would be, especially in my age, it is the, let me see if I can get back to that. Here we go. The Time Wise Repair Volu Firm, okay? I love it. I think that part of the success I'm having is because I also have this Skinvigorate brush. It makes a huge difference, and it's got the power. Like, I have a body brush that I bought from Amazon, but it's not very powerful. I don't feel like it's really sloughing. Whereas this Skinvigorate really does. I'm kind of addicted to it, and I'm probably gonna get a second one for my bathroom because at night it's hard if I have it in the shower. Anyway, so I love this. I've been doing this for months now, and I think I see a difference. I have started their new retinol program. It's like a 6-week program, so I'm on that right now, and I'll let you know how it goes. And then the very last thing is, if you're looking for a gift for your gal, why not buy her some beautiful Coco Chanel perfume. It is my favorite. I got this bottle as a birthday present from my honey and a couple years ago, and it still is there. I mean, there's a ton of it, so I use it all the time. And it's a really great gift. I sent one to my mom because she deserves to smell pretty all the time, and she's so wonderful. So it's a great gift, and it's an all-age gift. I really like this fragrance. It's different than the number 5. You have to be a real Chanel person to love the 5 or some of the other lines. So anyway, it's in there too, and it's I think we've had a great experience with the delivery of the product. So happy holidays, and I'm going to see you guys next week for shoe time with Teri. Maui, Hawaii. I do appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting me. And a big shout out from Maui. Aloha.